Now turning the attention to today's agenda, I would like to welcome another champion of education, my friend and neighbor, the president of NAU, Dr. Rita Cheng.
It's wonderful to see so many people gathered today, and I know we're going to have some very interesting conversations throughout the morning. Uh, it's a beautiful time to be in Flagstaff, a little chilly, but welcome to those of you who came up from the valley. And for those natives, it's wonderful to see the peaks and the crisp air for today. I think it sets a good backstage for the informative and sometimes entertaining perspectives we're going to have on the Arizona economy. And I'm eager, as I'm sure you are, to hear Bill Franke, whose legacy is well established in the business school and the business world here at NAU and beyond. But before we look ahead, I thought it might be interesting to reflect on the passage of time, taking a theme from Sherry's comments. After all, it's the 40th year of this event. NAU looked a little different back in 1975. Just consider, enrollment was about 10,000 students, and one of the icons of our campus landscape, the Sky Dome, wasn't even built yet. Course delivery in remote areas of the state literally involved delivery by the Postal Service, and our faculty driving, or in some case flying, around the state to teach in remote communities. The university had been awarding PhDs for only 2 years, and in fact had only been a university for 9 years. The budget allocation from the state was less than the amount that the state cut us last year. So 17.3 million was cut from our budget last year, and the fact that we had less than 17.3 million in 1975 gives you a lot to consider. And about only 9% of the jobs required a college degree. Another interesting note is that the population of Arizona was 2.3 million. Today, it is 6.7 million. So I could talk about the internet and social media, but that would really make 40 years ago feel like a lifetime. Although for me, in a way, it was. Growing up on a dairy farm in west central Wisconsin in a town of 700 people, if you counted everybody that came into town on Sunday morning to go to church, you know that Tom and my journey has been interesting and definitely not a straight line to Northern Arizona University. But now it's 2015 and a lot of things are different. Enrollment on the Flagstaff campus alone is more than 21,000, and that includes nearly 1,300 students from around the world. Online enrollment jumped to 8,000 students, 727 growth just this year. And our online education is becoming more and more innovative, with more than 600 students subscribed to personalized learning, competency-based approach to learning for those who work and have previous college credit. In fact, I received a letter from the wife of a 59-year-old man from Michigan who will be traveling to NAU for our commencement in December. 9 months ago, he was checking out the University of Wisconsin's website for a competency-based or an online program and came across an ad for NAU's program. Called us, enrolled, and has been doing nothing since. And over 9 months has demonstrated his competency to finish his degree, something that was a lifelong goal of his. This is a highly respected research institution that provides access. Now we know access to people all over the world. Each year we award PhDs by the hundreds and bachelor degrees by the thousands. And by the way, at least 27% of the jobs today require a college degree versus 9% 40 years ago. That number, they say, is going to grow to 35%, and we could argue about numbers, but after all, a lot of economists are in this room, so I'm not going to get there. I'm going to let them talk about the self-sufficiency of our young people in an expanding economy. Let me tell you, though, that there's something that hasn't changed. At the core of the student experience at NAU is faculty and student interaction. The theme of accessibility permeates the institution and is consistently highlighted by students and alumni as a key attribute that they associate with the quality of education at NAU. Survey results tell us that we exceed our peers among first-year students in a number of areas related to their interactions with faculty and staff. I'm not surprised. Our students are at the center of all we do and our conversations on campus, and one of the most fulfilling aspects of being a high-performing university is that we know we serve our students well. Their success is more than a goal, it's a value, and it's a value along with our access, quality, and excellence of their experience. NAU has reached a strong position because of the people and because of the relationships we have formed with the community. We value the assets brought to us by the community and want the community and the region to understand what the university brings. We want to be more than just a source of jobs and tax revenues, although our contributions there are significant. We also want our operation as a whole to make a meaningful difference in the quality of life. This spirit is reflected in our many partnerships within the communities we serve. They are more than just a business strategy for dealing with the declining state support. We form partnerships because without them, we would not be able to adapt as quickly to meet workforce needs. Our partnerships enable us to reach a broader audience with enhanced programs and product. There is no model for going forward in today's higher education context without a network of partnerships. I can repeat that. There is no model going forward in today's higher education context without a network of partnerships. Together we take risks and ensure the greatest benefit for all. And there is no question that we have a powerful impact on the community. Because of enrollment growth, our annual economic impact in Arizona increased by $30 million just this last year. Overall, NAU contributes nearly $2 billion to the Arizona economy. The city of Flagstaff and Coconino County collect 83 cents in taxes for every dollar the state invests in NAU. A 2015 economic impact study found that 1 in 5 jobs in Coconino County exist because of NAU. These are jobs outside of the university. Our applied research endeavors attract dollars to study forest health, infectious diseases, muscle movement, educational outcomes, and more. And these are dollars that reverberate in the local economy. We'd like to take the momentum of growth and economic vitality and turn it toward a consistent pursuit of excellence, to become more effective in everything we do, to deliver even more quality and education experience, to produce the workforce and the research that will improve the quality of life in this region. These goals become complicated when the state support is less than reliable, but that's not going to stop us. There is enough under our control that we can set an ambitious agenda going forward. Doing so requires a great deal of self-reflection and a willingness to take action. To continually improve, we have to revisit established practices. That's not just a function of the budget, it's a sound organizational strategy. So we're finding ways to use our resources more effectively. For example, consider our achievements in the area of integrated planning and advising. They align well with student success. We are proud that we received a $225,000 grant from EDUCAUSE, which is the culmination of efforts that have been going on at NAU for some time. We're moving away from disaggregated functions that were independently focused on student success. Each service used to have a singular focus and little ability to see other services being provided even when there was overlap. Now, through integrated planning, we can facilitate student success, possible interventions faster and more effectively. Sharing information across academic and student affairs functions gives us a 360-degree view of a student, very important in today's student success. We need these sorts of initiatives to address the inevitable and sweeping change underway in higher education. The Board of Regents has introduced a draft of a new strategic plan. These goals are straightforward. Deliver a high-quality university education. Increase the number of Arizonans with a college degree or certificate. Create new knowledge to solve critical problems and enhance lives. And fourth, engage and serve our communities. What these goals make clear is that areas such as enrollment, retention, and degrees awarded are key metrics that we must address. Success in these areas inevitably involves growth. Naturally, we're also interested in quality. That too is going to be measured. We will be assessed on post-graduation outcomes and achievement of our students. So it's on us to produce outstanding graduates. The state is depending on us to succeed. Without going into economic details, I can, as a layperson, tell you that Arizona is projected to add nearly 120,000 jobs in 2015 and 16 in health services and education as the fastest growing sectors. We're projected to add also much effort in the biosciences. 100,000 workers in Arizona today and a growing influence in Flagstaff. The constant growing demand for STEM education is reflected in the employment of more than 8 million professionals nationally. NAU's enrollment growth has doubled in the STEM programs in the last 10 years. Considering our contributions, it seems counterintuitive that we would also face ongoing challenges in the state budget. While in FY 2008, we operated on 40% of state funding, today we operate on 20%, which means that our students and their families have been asked to make a larger investment in their future. What does that mean for us? We need to make strategic investments to enhance the long-term viability of NAU, to protect our values and make the best use of our resources, and those are choices that we all work on together. In the spring, we began the process of cutting $17.3 million from our budget. The amount was unexpected and required quick action, some of it on short-term one-time decisions and some with lasting implications. While we did our best to minimize the impact, nearly everyone on this campus has experienced some consequences. For example, we chose not to fill a large number of open positions and carefully scrutinized all the hires we did make. We delayed the construction of important building needed to house engineering to accommodate their rapid enrollment. We took steps to refine our extended campus model. I should add that we're continuing to fully process the cuts. We still are feeling the impacts and coming to terms with decisions to ensure that we are operating with a balanced budget. We're doing all this while remaining true to our values and our mission. And we are absolutely maintaining our commitment to student experience. When we talk about student success, we tend to look at retention and graduation rates as primary indicators, and those are important. But they tell us part of the story. They do not tell us the whole story. If we keep our focus on student success as a defining principle of this university, the picture becomes much clearer. Examining what ultimately happened to students who came to NAU 6 years ago, we find out that many more have been successful than that standard definition of graduation rate. Of the 2008 cohort, nearly 79% of students have either graduated from NAU or another institution or are still enrolled at NAU or another institution. We call this percentage the student success rate. And for full-time transfer students, that rate is 83%. Our latest cohort of students reflects our commitment to success and to recruiting more high-achieving students. First-year students entering the university this fall are more academically prepared than in the past, and we welcome that encouraging trend. We are also encouraged by the wave of research grants that not only elevate our capacity, but also bring a great deal of prestige and well-deserved attention to the institution and our outstanding faculty. We've increased our research expenditures by 20% since 2009 and exceed $31 million in expenditures today. We play to our strengths by focusing resources and developing expertise in applied research that addresses issues Arizonans care about, including infectious disease, Native American health, forest restoration, land management, and cybersecurity. We conduct research on a national research and translate discoveries into real-world applications. For the past several months, we've been awarded several large grants in forestry, ecosystems, and Native American health issues. And there are other examples of how NAU contributes to the community, and I know our relationship has been strengthened as a result. We've been recognized nationally for these efforts through the Award for Excellence in Regional and Economic Development from the American Association of Colleges and Universities. We're pursuing the Carnegie's Community Engagement Classification and the President's Higher Education Honor Roll. Those are important distinctions for this institution and will help us recruit faculty and staff to this area. In addition to our commitment to Native American community, that is fundamental to our mission. We're proud of what we're accomplishing there. So later this morning, we'll turn our focus to a man whose own sense of stewardship has made a difference. I'm always proud to share with others how deeply involved we are in advancing the well-being of the entire region and having a sense of stewardship. Well, the generosity and foresight of Bill Franke has transformed an entire college at NAU. With yesterday being Veterans Day, this is an ideal moment to point out that the prominent role that the W.A. Franke College of Business plays in being singled out by Military Times as a best business school for veterans. The College Veterans Success Center has helped NAU achieve its destination as a best for vets, university for veterans. The College of Business is my home. I serve as a professor of accounting in the school, and someday hope to teach a class for Craig in the school. And I am clearly grateful to Bill Franke's willingness to lend his name and considerable resources to a college that stands for some of the values I personally hold dear: hard work, persistence, and the power of education to open the pathways to success. So thank you all for being here today and indulging me with an opportunity to share a bit about the university, and also I look forward, as you all do, to the insights of our speakers today. Thanks.